First name?
Peter.
Can you tell me you were in jail?
Why I was in jail? I was accused of sexual assault.
To whom?
It's my daughter.
How long were you in jail?
I spent 5 years total in TDC.
5 years. When did you come out?
Last year.
Last year. Are you registered as an offender?
Yeah. Registered for life.
Okay. Who accused you?
My ex-wife.
Your ex-wife? Okay. Can you tell me your side of the story?
Well, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. It's we had our differences while we were married. She always, accused me of cheating and going around doing stuff when in reality it was her doing it. I guess, she was doing it so she automatically figured I was doing it, or she just, tried to find something on me to justify what she was doing. Anyway, when she left, I asked her to come back, and she didn't want to. So I moved on, found myself somebody else. One day, she came over to the house, got in a fight with the girlfriend I had at the time. They got into a struggle. She got hit, started bleeding, and pretty much after that, well, her own words were that we were going to pay, well, especially me. We were going to pay, and that we were going to suffer for what we supposedly. I just ignored it, went on with my life, and not too long after that, I got a call from a CPS officer saying that an accusation was made that I need to go down for an interview. I went down, did the interview, gave my statement, a whole nother, I don't know, almost a whole nother year passed, I think. And then I was picked up by HPD. They said I had a warrant for my arrest for sexual assault. Well, they didn't tell me what I was being arrested for at the time. It's not until I got to the police station that they told me. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Well, anyway, I bonded out, went back to court, was rearrested on a different charge. Same person, just different charge. I come to find out later from my attorney, he told me that what they had originally accused me of, is sexual assault by penetration. When the medical report came out, there was no physical evidence, nothing like that, to support that. So what they did is they accused me of something else in order to pursue, taking a trial. So I was re-indicted on a separate charge. I bonded out again, went to trial, and in the trial, I was pretty much, you could say, railroaded because, one, I didn't have, no medical experts to, talk on my behalf. Every single medical expert that the state had they all work for CPS. They're all work for the same office. When all three people, my ex, my daughter, and my son took a stand, all three testimonies were different. My ex was caught in several lies. The DA jumped in and asked again, and kind of like cleaned up the mistake she had made. It took the jury about, I want to say, 2.5 days to deliberate. When they came back, I was given 5 years CDC on one charge and 10 years probation on the other one. The reason I was given 2 charges is because the state they had offered me 8 years. Okay, drop one charge and offer me 8 years if I sign for it. And I told them, why am I going to sign for something I didn't do? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, they try to, they scare everybody. We're going to take you to trial. We're going to give you 45. We're going to give you 50 years. We're going to give you life in prison if you don't sign. I told them, well, okay, you're going to have to give it to me because I ain't going to sign for something I didn't do. Give me the, the 50, 60 years, whatever you want to give me. Supposedly they were going to come down. They had offered me 12, but they weren't going to come down off of that. They said, no, that's it. That's final. Then after that, they offered me the 8. So I was like, no, I ain't going to sign for no 8. You're crazy. I'm going to take a trial. And like I said, well, I lost the trial because, I feel my attorney wasn't, he was new to the trials, to the court system and everything. Plus, that I didn't have any medical experts to testify on my behalf. After the trial was said and done, okay, my attorney came back there and talked to me and told me that, okay, that one of the jurors had told him that half of the jury had found me innocent and half had found me guilty. The half that had found me innocent agreed to find me guilty on the sole condition that whatever they gave me would be the minimum possible, which is 5 years, on an aggravated case, and then 10 years probation. Okay, an aggravated case, okay, you can get anywhere between 5 to 99. Okay, so they agreed to give me TDC time if they gave me with the sole condition that I was given the minimum, which is 5 years. So something somewhere convinced them to do it, so they went ahead and gave me that. And my attorney was telling me that, okay, it should have been a mistrial, but somewhere in there that they convinced them to do that. While I was in TDC, I ran across, well, he was at one time a friend of mine and a real good friend of hers and her family. And I ran across him and I asked him what he was doing out there. He said he was there on a dope charge. And he told me that he had heard what had happened to me, that I was sent to TDC on the 6 case. And I asked him, had he spoken to them and whatever. And he said, yeah. He said as soon as he found out what happened to me, he went down there and, asked my ex, directly, is it true? And he says that she told him, yes, that's sorry, whatever. Yeah, he's gonna stay in there because he did this, he did that. So he went home, but he said he wasn't content with that answer. That something just didn't fit. So he went back again and asked her, is it really true? And then she laughed and said, no, it's not true. It's just, I just wanted to get back at him for, leaving me and, doing what he did and all this. And that her and the DA had got together to, put me away. And he offered to, testify and help me out, but, it's just, it's hard to, keep track of somebody, especially, in TDC. I lost his number, I lost his address, and I don't know where he went. But